What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Tonight, we have a special night because tonight is the NBA draft. I always love the NBA draft, and it's going to be a fun live watch along of this draft where we're going to see 30 new players tonight fulfilled their dream of being drafted into the NBA. And I am very excited to see who gets drafted where, see who the first pick, see if the Clippers draft a guard or center, because I know I probably went with a little bit of a hot take on my mock draft. If you haven't seen that, make sure to check it out. I'll be also looking at my Sixers to see who they draft. I don't know who they're going to draft. Obviously, we don't know yet. We just going to watch the draft, and there's a lot of great players in this draft. So a lot to look forward to tonight. And it feels good to be back. It was a great time in Seattle. Still have some videos and stuff like that to post, which I should get all that posted for you guys by the end of this week. Still more to post, but definitely a great time in Seattle. There is Adam Silver coming out.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2026 NBA Draft. Last week, just a few miles from here, more than 2 million people filled the streets of Lower Manhattan to celebrate the Knicks' first championship in 53 years. As we've seen, few things bring people together like sports. It's about competition at the highest level, but it's also about the joy and connections shared by people all celebrating something they have in common. Tonight, we welcome a new generation of players into the NBA, each with their own unique story. Stories of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. Stories like the one of NBA Finals MVP Jalen Brunson, a second-round pick in the 2018 NBA Draft. Every pick matters in the chase to become the next NBA champion, and that pursuit begins tonight. Let's get started. The first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft belongs to the Washington Wizards, who have 5 minutes to make their selection.
Okay, you heard that, everybody? 5 minutes. Okay, let's mute this for a little bit. We have 12 people in right now. So the Wizards, 5 minutes they have to make their selection. So let's see. Get my mock draft I had. I obviously had what most people had for this NBA draft. I believe it will be. Can't find it. Okay, there we go. I believe the Wizards select AJ Dybantsa. See, they're showing all the stars that they have: Trae Young, Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, Anthony Davis. I think the Wizards will select AJ Dybantsa. That will be the first pick in this NBA draft. It's a lot to look forward to tonight. It really is. You guys know I love the NBA draft, and can't wait to see what young players get drafted tonight. My mic is working. I think we're all good. That's what they're looking at. So the Wizards have 3:40 left to make their pick. The pick is not in yet. They're looking at a couple people: AJ Dybantsa, Darren Peterson. To be honest, I'll be very shocked if the Wizards don't select AJ Dybantsa. Gaming Girl Me says, hoping the clip. First off, welcome into the live stream, Gaming Girl. Me hoping the Clippers don't screw up this time. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say to that. I mean, we know that the Clippers screw up a lot, and you know, like they had screwed up with that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander trade. That was obviously the worst trade in NBA history, or at least one of the worst trades. But they're getting a chance to kind of salvage that and kind of go back on their mistake a little bit and try to maybe get a good player in this draft. I did make a hot take and said that they would go down in this draft and get a center because there's not many centers that are projected to be like high up in this draft. But I do think the Clippers will go down and get a center. So we will see. I think I selected Ade Mara. That's who I think they might go with. It's a hot take. I understand that, but I think that could happen with the Clippers. I think the Clippers would be looking for a center. Isaiah Jackson, not good. Yannick Niederhauser, injured. Brooke Lopez, old. And so you really don't have any proper center on that Clippers team. And with that, the Wizards pick is in. So we will be prepared. So number 1 pick in this NBA draft. This is a big moment that's happening. A future of this league, maybe a face of the future face of the league could be drafted here. You never ever know what the future holds in this draft. The 60th pick could be the best player in this draft. You never ever know what could happen. Obviously, the first pick is supposed to be the best. I mean, that's why they're the first pick. But Jokic, definitely the greatest second round pick of all time. So, that is. He was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. That is like crazy, isn't it? He's drafted during a Taco Bell commercial, that 41st pick. And, look where he is now. 3-time MVP, champion in the NBA. So the pick is in. So we should be getting word on who the Wizards drafted in a moment. I will have you guys listen to that. I will unmute the TV and have you guys listen to Adam Silver and have his announcement. So, we ready?
Part of this, Jay. At some point in the next minute and 5 seconds, an agent's phone is going to ring.
And lives are going to change, and the future of franchises are going to change. And some of
So we're going to get prepared for that number 1 pick.
Most of it's positive, and it's going to be exciting to see whose name is called first.
It's every one of these players just went on the greatest job interview process in the last 2 months here, and they are about to join an elite fraternity that only 450 players could join. 30 of them tonight get to join that group.
And only a couple get to join. Only a few have been in that fraternity of being the number 1 selection. Jay, in the final 25 seconds, who are you expecting?
I think it's going to be Devonta. But again, you can make a great case for Boozer, a great case for Peterson, but I think it's going to be Devonta. Who knows? We'll see.
Well,
It's amazing it hasn't leaked out.
It really has. Oh, the conversation, it's over. Let's send it back to the podium to find
Here we
out
go.
who is the number 1 pick.
Let's see who the number 1 pick is.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Devonta Jr. from Brigham Young University.
The conversation is over.
Congratulations to AJ Devonta, the number 1 pick in the NBA draft from BYU. He is going to be a great player for Washington. That's who I had them picking in the number 1 for my mock draft. I had AJ Devonta, and It's like I said, he's going to be a really good player in this draft. And, you know, yeah, AJ Dybantsa, there you go. Number 1 pick. Awesome for AJ Dybantsa. Next, we will go on to the Jazz pick at number 2, where I have them taking Darren Peterson. But right now, we focus on AJ Dybantsa. He'll take a picture with Adam Silver. So the Wizards have a good team now. They have Trae Young. They have Trey Johnson. They have Alex Sarr. They have Anthony Davis. They have a good team right now. We'll see if the Wizards become a play-in team. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a good start for the Wizards to get, because the Wizards have gotten very unlucky in past years. With the draft lottery, they have gotten very unlucky. So it's good that they get the number 1 pick this time. Finally, the worst team in the league gets the number 1 pick. Unlike you're seeing last year, that was definitely scripted to have the Mavericks get the number 1 pick. That was rigged. The previous year, the Hawks got the number 1 pick. Wasn't really much in that, I don't think, but definitely surprising that they got the number 1 pick, because they were nowhere near. No one expected that. Right now, the Jazz have 2:47 left to make their pick, so we'll definitely see. I said Darren Peterson of Kansas, a point guard / shooting guard from Kansas, will make. We picked by the Utah Jazz. That is my what I picked in my mock draft. Let's take a sip of Mountain Dew before we continue. Looks like the pick is in. Number 2 pick. Minute 38 on clock. I thought they said that the pick was in. I don't know, because it said on the big screen there that the pick was in, but now they're all of a sudden saying that, like on the screen on the TV, that the Jazz are still on the clock and they have a minute and 18 to make their selection. So, there we go. Just as I say that now, the pick is in for the Jazz. Who will they take? Leave your thoughts in the chat if you guys want to, because I want to hear what you guys think. Who is going to get drafted to where? Like I said, Darren Peterson just seems like a player that the Jazz would want to get. A good scorer, has active hands, good ball handler. And they do need a guard, in my opinion, as well. They have a lot of big men on their team, the Jazz. So they'll definitely be looking at a guard in this draft. And I think Darren Peterson's the best guard available. So are we going to go back to Adam Silver? Where is he? Still waiting. The pick is in. I think Darren Peterson is waiting because I think he's expecting to be drafted right about now. But let's send it over to Adam Silver. Let's see what he announces.
They're winning. They sure are. They went out and acquired Jaren Jackson Jr. at the trade deadline here, and they've got Walker Kessler, who's restricted free. Now, if you have Kessler, Martin, and Jackson, that's talking about front court. Right. That is a big front court. And you got Darren Peterson with Keontae George, and you've got some money out there to go out and spend. that is certainly on their way.
Like, what do you see as their need here?
I think they're looking at this guy as having the biggest upside, ultimately the highest ceiling, and that's why this is the most likely pick, I think, for Utah to go with that front court and all that size, another playmaker.
Well, let's find out as we send it back to the podium. An agent just walked over, but let's get the pick officially from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson from the University of Kansas.
Well, the Utah Jazz.
Congratulations to Darren Peterson for getting drafted to the Utah Jazz. Him and Keontae George, good backcourt duo. It's going to be, like I said, a good backcourt duo. What is up, Ant-Man? Welcome into the live stream. So Darren Peterson just got drafted to the Utah Jazz. Will be a good player, I believe. A lot of, like I said, a lot of great players in this NBA draft. Definitely looking forward to watching them play next season. We'll move on to the number 3 pick. Memphis Grizzlies will be on the clock. Ant-Man says, what edit should I make? I mean, since you're seemingly a fan of Anthony Edwards, then make a Anthony Edwards edit. Yeah. Big trade with the Timberwolves as Julius Randle was traded to the Nets. I don't know what that trade was from the Timberwolves. I think that was a really bad trade by the Timberwolves. I don't think they should have traded Julius Randle for that little bit. You do not like that trade either, Ant-Man? Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. Why would they trade Julius Randle? Who, I get it, he wasn't good in the playoffs. He wasn't that good. Anthony Edwards did well. He did a lot of the work. I get that, and Julius Randle didn't play, but you trade him and get pretty much nothing in return. You don't really get that much. Like the Nick Claxton went to the Bulls. You get who did the Timberwolves get again? They got like Mo Gay and a second round pick or something like that. They didn't really get anything in return. And it just like, why would they do that? But there's still a lot of this off season to go, and maybe the Timberwolves did that on purpose. Maybe they decided to just clear the team out and get rid of Julius Randle so they can bring somebody in to replace him. Who knows? But yeah, I think they got Mo Gay or somebody. I think that's his name. That's his name that they got. So, but very surprising that the Timberwolves would do that. The Grizzlies pick is in right now, so we'll be getting into that. I think Cameron Boozer will be drafted here, but we will see in a moment where Adam Silver will come out to make that announcement. I do believe. So the Grizzlies pick us in. We'll wait for Cam Boozer to. I think he'll be drafted there. And come on, the pick is in. And that's already. Like I don't get why do they have to wait the full 5 minutes if the pick was in early? You know, just to come out when it's and announce it when the pick is already in. I don't know. But Cam Boozer definitely getting ready to make that get traded now. We have 12 people in the chat right now. It's been a good night so far, and we still have a long way to go. A lot of picks to be made in this draft. It's going to be a fun night. All right, come on. Pick is in. The pick is in. Announce it already. Yeah, we're showing a lot of the next available picks. I'll get to who I think will be picked next in a moment. Cameron Boozer, I think, will get drafted to Memphis. Here comes Adam Silver.
With the third pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer from Duke University.
Congratulations to Cam Boozer. He is been drafted to the Memphis Grizzlies, exactly where I thought he would go. And there's his dad, Carlos Boozer. And that's gonna be a good player right there, Carlos Boozer. I mean, not Carlos Boozer. That's his dad, Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer. That is gonna be a good player for Memphis. They still have a bad point guard situation. Does the Grizzlies? We don't know if Ja Morant is still gonna be like playing for them. Is he gonna be injured again? We don't know that, but they're a pretty well-rounded team now. Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, Cam Boozer. We'll have to see what the future holds for them. But Cam Boozer, incredible season for Duke. Besides, if you take away that horrible play that he made against UConn in March Madness tournament, that was a horrible mistake made by Cam Boozer. But other than that, it was a good season for him. So let me check something. Okay. So Cam Boozer, 18 years old, from Duke University. A lot of the great players come from Duke. The Bulls have the next pick. Their pick's already in. I think they draft Caleb Wilson here. That is from North Carolina, Duke's rival team. Bulls made their pick very quickly. Jeez. And did you guys hear about the Giannis trade? Oh man, what a crazy trade that was. Giannis traded to the Miami Heat. The Heat got all kinds of players. They got like 5 picks out of it. They got Tyler Hero, they got Khalil Ware, Jamie Jaquez Jr. The Heat got Giannis, obviously, and they got Bobby Portis as well. What do you got? Who do you guys think won that trade? That seems like a very 50-50 trade to me. I think, if Giannis stays healthy, he's one of the best in the world. But the Bucks got a lot in return. And it's good that they got the 5 picks because they need that future ahead of them. They don't want to worry about getting to – I don't think the Bucks need to be worrying about getting back to a title contender team yet. I think they need to take it slow before they get back up there. Tyler Hero, I believe, can be an all-star next season. He is a really good player. So we'll have to see with that. A lot of good trades. Trae Young signing a 4-year max extension, $212 million max extension with the Washington Wizards. A lot happening already. Tomorrow will be the second round of the draft. I won't be able to go live for that one, unfortunately, but second round is tomorrow, so we'll see who goes where tomorrow, and it'll be the NHL draft, I believe, by the end of this week. That should be some fun. See who my Philadelphia Flyers draft. Probably the Flyers aren't gonna draft anybody that's gonna play this year, though. They'll probably come up in like a few years. The pick is in for Chicago right now. Like I said, very quick they were to pick that. But right now, Cameron Boozer and Carlos Boozer are in an interview right now. And pretty soon we'll send it back to Adam Silver and see what he says. I think Caleb Wilson will be drafted to the Chicago Bulls. I think they do need a good defender, good rebounder on their team. I think they'll be looking for that. We'll then do the 5th pick with the Clippers. Okay, there's Adam Silver.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Caleb Wilson of the University of North Carolina.
Big market fit for Caleb Wilson's big personality here.
Congratulations to Caleb Wilson. I say congratulations to all these because I'm happy for these young players, the future of this league. They're the next generation of the league coming up. Every year we have new players that will just make a name for themselves in the league. And it's just a great thing to see. Caleb Wilson, good player for the Bulls. He is a small forward / power forward, which I think that's what the Bulls needed. They have a lot of guards on their team. So definitely a good forward was a good decision by the Bulls to kind of pair up with Matis Bucelis as kind of like a bigger wing player. Good pick by the Bulls. Now the 5th pick. This is where I get into a hot take. This is where they'll probably select Keaton Wagler. I know the Clippers have their sights set on a lot of guards, but I think they switch it up. I think the Clippers go down the ladder. I think they go and get a center. I think they'll get 7'4", amazing shot blocker, very efficient player, Adai Mara. I think Adai Mara, Adai. I think Adai Mara. I think that's how you pronounce his name. That is who I think the Clippers will draft at number 5. That is a hot take. I feel like I had to throw in. I feel like I was being very obvious with this mock draft. I feel like I had to throw in a surprise of some sort into this draft. I feel like that could be the surprise. I feel like the Clippers get a little creative and do something that no one will expect them to do. They have done that in the past. Do crazy stuff before. I think Ade Mara is the next Los Angeles Clipper, but it'll probably not. It'll probably be Keaton Wagler. That's who I think they've had their sights set on. I do think our Clippers have a good amount of guards, but like I said, I think they should get a center because they traded Ivica Zubac. I think they need somebody to replace that. Brook Lopez cannot be a starting center for any team. He is, not to disrespect Brook Lopez, but he is old. He's out of energy, I feel like. Yannick Niederhauser is injured for them. Nicholas Batum, not really much of an option. Isaiah Jackson going to be their starting center, and they have no backup center then after that. Like, that just does not seem good. Like, John Collins is not a center. Let's make that very clear. He is not a center. Not even really much of a power forward, is he? More of a small forward. But yeah, that's why I think with the Clippers, I think they get Ade Mara on their team. Let's see. I'm just looking at the World Cup games right now. It looks like Croatia are winning right now over Panama in the World Cup. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. Okay. The Clippers used all their time that they had on the clock.
They can go Keith Wagner, the guards from Illinois, they can go Marcel Brown, Darius Acuff, 5 guards maybe in the next 5 or 6 picks here. And I think listen, I'm not going to put more pressure on the Clippers organization. I think this is the most important pick in Clipper history.
So he says, I'm not going to put any pressure on this.
But I'll just say where this organization is going, where they basically have turned a corner with you, Darius Garland in, James Harden out. We'll see what happens with Kawhi Leonard. Potentially, certainly the aspiration case down the road that needs to be figured out here. But they are turning the corner. Veterans out, younger building blocks. I think you're going to get that at pick
You
5.
mentioned Darius Acuff, but you also talk about they already have a bit of a small backcourt really in what they're building around. Is Acuff a fit here maybe for what the Clippers are trying to do?
I think Darius Acuff Jr. fits anywhere. He's the best scorer among these guards. He averages 23 a game. And he can score in so many different ways, but he led the SEC in scoring and assists. I mean, he's a big-time player. It's hard to turn your eyes away from him.
But you really like Keaton Wagler here as well, Andrea.
Yeah, when you think about Keaton Wagler and Darius Acuff, obviously a true talent. Keaton Wagler.
No one's even talking about who I
his size. When you think
put
about
down.
Keaton Wagler being 6'5", play on the ball, play off the ball. And if you watch his game against Purdue, and the way he put the team on his back, got big guys on an island and was able to shoot over them and then blow past them and hit mid-range shots. He can score in so many ways.
Yeah, Wagler's the guy if you want to play somebody off playmakers. If you want another dynamic playmaker, you probably.
All right, the pick is in already.
A lot like Tyrese Halliburton. He reminds me of him.
Tyrese Halliburton getting a lot of air.
The pick is in.
Oh, here we go. Adam Silver. Who's the number 5 pick going to be?
With the 5th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler from the University of Illinois.
Yeah, I had a feeling it wouldn't be Ade Mara as their pick.
His sister, his brother, they all played basketball. This is a
Congratulations to Keaton Wagler. I like Keaton Wagler. He's going to be a good player for the Clippers. He'll definitely be a starter starting out. I truly believe that. Yeah, I just I want to go with a hot take and try. Maybe they would take Ade Mara, the next probably the best center in this draft. Because there's a lot of guards in this draft, but and wings, but more guards, I think. Ade Mara is probably the best center. I thought the Clippers would probably take him just to kind of replace Ivica Zubac, but There was a good chance that was not happening. Keaton Wackler, next guard for the Clippers. Congratulations to the Clippers. Congratulations to Keaton Wackler. Now we'll move on. Get my next 6 picks in there, or my next 7. Yeah, I got from 6 to 12 on this paper. The Nets, I think, will select Darius Acuff Jr. That's who I think they will draft. Keaton Wackler. Good stats from him. Good stats. We'll see how he does. From University of Illinois. Yeah, there's a lot of good players in this draft, so I don't think the Clippers, like I said, that a day more, or like I said, was really just a hot take. I knew there was a good chance that they would not take him. Like they would probably take Keaton Wackler, because I knew they were linked to him. But stuff happens. I actually thought there would be a surprise there. Maybe we'll have another surprise later that I didn't think could happen. We'll see. So the Brooklyn Nets pick is in. They will definitely go for the guard, the Darius Acuff Jr. They'll definitely go for him, especially because they got Julius Randle. Obviously, they're not going to go for another forward on their team. Maybe they would want a center because they traded Nick Claxton, but they don't need a center right now. They just go with the guard. Go with Darius Acuff Jr. Or Kingston Flemings might be there. Maybe Kingston Flemings will be their guy to be drafted. We'll find out. I do think it'll be Darius Acuff Jr. I'll be surprised if it isn't him. The Kings do want to go for them. The Nets will probably want to go for Darius Acuff, but Kingston Flemings is there as well. He's another good point guard. But I just feel like the Nets are going to want the better shooter, which is Darius Acuff Jr., the better offensive player. Kingston Flemings is a better defensive point guard, which will be good for the Kings, I think, and not as good useful for the Nets. I think the Nets have a decent defense, but they'll definitely need scoring on their team. I think they will take Darius Acuff Jr. Their pick is in, so let's be prepared for the bald man to get on to the mic and make the announcement. So the number 6 pick belongs to the Brooklyn Nets. Pick is in. There's showing the potential players. The Nets are looking forward to making their pick right now. Here we go. There's a lot of Nets fans in this crowd.
With the 6th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Mikel Brown Jr. from the University of Louisville.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. I was absolutely not expecting that Mikel Brown Jr. to be drafted 6th. I did not expect that. Okay. From Louisville. I do believe he'll be a good player. He's a good playmaker, and I even said on my mock draft that he'd be good. He'd be good for the Bucks to pair with Giannis, and that's why I picked him to go 10th. But he went 6th by the Nets, and it doesn't really matter for the Bucks because they don't have Giannis anymore. But Mikel Brown Jr. is the 6th pick by the Brooklyn Nets. Congratulations to him. Round of applause. Sacramento Kings. I said they would get Kingston Flemings. Maybe they do. Maybe I think they will take Kingston Flemings, and then maybe the Hawks will take Darius Akuff Jr. That's probably Hawks will probably be looking to take him. Maybe the Hawks go with the center. I mean, they don't really have a solid center option, I don't think. I think Onyeka Okongwu is not a real center. Look to go for like a proper big center. And this has been such fun. I love the NBA draft. This has been such a fun night already. And we just got started. It's actually been a while, but I guess we just started because it's only been the 6th pick. We still have until the 30th pick. And I love the draft. I love the draft. But the pick's in for Sacramento Kings. The Kings, I'm not sure what their future holds right now. The first round pick from Louisville since Donovan Mitchell in 2017. Wow. For some reason, I thought there was a pick from Louisville in the first round and more recently. I don't know. For some reason, I thought there was. Maybe there wasn't. But 7th, I did say Kingston Flemings will be their pick, and maybe the Nets or the Hawks will take Darius Akuff Jr. So, because I do think the Kings will look for the better defensive point guard in this draft. So maybe Kingston Flemings will be picked for the Kings. Oh, that's Kingston going to the Kings. Some teams that are probably not going to be too worried about who they pick. Like the Thunder get the 12th pick. They're not going to be like overthinking that, I don't think. Same with like the Spurs at the 20th pick. The Knicks at 24th. They'll probably not be looking too much into that draft. I mean, the Knicks don't really need to look into the draft. They're already a complete team. It just would probably like to add just anybody to have more depth on their team. The Kings pick is in. Who will they take at number 7? I'm very surprised that Mikael Brown Jr. has. That's the first surprise of the day, in my opinion. I'm very shocked. Up here, Adam Silver comes. Na, 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 na.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff Jr. Arkansas.
Okay, so
So Darius
Um,
Acuff, the last Cousy point guard of the year, joins the fraternity of John Calipari guards in the NBA. This is really
so there you go. Darius Acuff Jr. was selected by the Kings. I actually thought it would be Kingston Flemings. I thought they would take the better defensive point guard, but I could see why the Kings would also take the better 3-point better 3-point shooter and just a good all-around scorer in Darius Acuff Jr. because the Kings suck at both. They do. No disrespect to the Kings, but they are lacking some offense. They're also lacking the defense there, but I think Darius Acuff Jr. the next best available guard in this draft. Good player from Arkansas. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. We've been on live for just over 45 minutes now. Been a good draft so far. Let me know if you guys are enjoying. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. Like I said, I love the draft. The NBA draft is amazing to watch. You know, I just love, like, sometimes if you don't know a player in this draft, like if you guys don't watch college basketball, I try to watch as much college basketball as I can to really get to know like these players. I do like to watch their highlights. If you guys don't know like who your team just drafted, it's best to just kind of look at the position. The positions are a good thing to look at when you're looking at the draft if you don't know what the players are, because you need to see what your team needs, obviously. So the number 8 pick, I said would be Keaton Wagler, but he's already been taken. So maybe the Hawks take Kingston Flemings, or maybe they take somebody else. Maybe they take a center like Nate Clement, or like I said earlier, maybe they take a Daymara. Who knows? Braden Burries is always an option for the Hawks. Or not Braden Burries, Brandon Burries. The Hawks are on the clock right now. Atlanta Hawks. They definitely still have some work to do. I still can't believe they didn't fire Quinn Snyder. Yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy. I think Quinn Snyder has been a big problem to the Hawks. He's not been able to handle another talented team. He's not been able to handle. The Hawks obviously traded their star point guard this year, probably the best point guard in Hawks history, if we're being real. I think he would be probably the best Hawks point guard of all time. I believe like the second player in NBA history to lead the league in total points and total assists. Led them to the Eastern Conference Finals in his first playoffs ever. Unfortunately, Trae Young has had injury problems in the past couple years, like ankle issues and stuff like that. That's usually a problem with a lot of players. A lot of players have ankle issues. I feel like even Curry has ankle issues at times. Obviously, for my Sixers, Embiid has problems everywhere on his body, arm problems, leg problems, wherever it may be, and it just sucks. So we're on a commercial right now, but when we get back, the Hawks pick will be in. Their pick is already in, so we'll see who the Hawks draft. Maybe it'll be Kingston Flemings. Who knows? I said Keaton Wagler would be drafted to the Hawks, but I'm not surprised that it wasn't him because I'm not surprised that the Clippers took him. But maybe they take Ade Mara on their team. Nate Clement maybe comes to the team. We'll just have to see. We can get off this commercial. This commercial has been long. It's been like, how long has this commercial been? Been like 4 minutes already. In the meantime, I'll check what's happening with the Philadelphia Phillies in baseball right now. Down 5-3, top of the 8th inning. They have the bases loaded. Okay. Maybe they come back. See what's going on in the World Cup. Croatia beating Panama 1-0 in the 96th minute. Okay. And Colombia and DR Congo will be the night game in the World Cup. Okay.
With the 8th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kingston Flemings from the University of Houston.
All right.
Kingston Flemings.
Kingston Flemings to the Hawks.
All-America honors. He is headed to the Hawks. Remember, this deal was as a part of the Derek Queen.
His favorite player ever was Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose could have had such a great career, and unfortunately, it just had to end that way. Oh my God, he was great. Youngest MVP ever. We probably won the Bulls more championships. Because really, I'll say it like this: the Chicago Bulls really their biggest, they're most famous because of Michael Jordan. That's why they're so like popular. I think like not just the Bulls would still be popular because Chicago is a really big city, but they would just be popular because they're more popular because of Michael Jordan, like around the globe. So it definitely sucked to see. But Kingston Flemings, new guard for Atlanta. That is going to be a good player. Not going to be as I'll tell you this. He won't be as good as Trae Young, I don't think, as a point guard. He is a good player, but you know, Trae Young is just a player that's very hard to come by. But maybe Kingston Flemings will be. Who knows? And if he is, good for him. Yeah, Kingston Flemings. Congratulations. Number 9 pick will be by the Dallas Mavericks. They are on the clock. I think the Mavericks select Brandon Burries. Let's see. I think they will select. So, Kingston Flemings out of Houston. So I think I did pretty good with predicting the mock draft. I think I just got the order a little bit wrong with the guards, but because like a lot of, I guess, different teams were looking for something different, maybe. I mean, I had a feeling the Hawks would go with Kingston Flemings for their next pick. Because I did say Keaton Wagler would be picked by the Hawks, but he was already taken. So Kingston Flemings would probably be the next option. At 9, I think that would be Brandon Burries. The Mavs pick is in right now. Brandon Burries, a guard. I mean, Cooper Flagg, I get he's playing point guard, but I don't know how long that will last. Him playing guard, maybe Brandon Burries would play shooting guard. I still think the Mavs take a guard here. We'll see though what happens with Kyrie Irving if he comes back healthy. Maybe Cooper Flagg will move into a position he should be in, which is small forward or power forward. Brandon Burries could be a guard pairing with Kyrie Irving. Who knows? There's maybe a good chance the Mavs do take like Nate Clement in this draft, like a center, like somebody of some sort. Yaxel Landenberg, Ade Mara. I do think the Mavs select Brandon Burries, though. You think they go with a guard? Their team needs a playmaker. Is what they need, and yeah, I think they can. I think a playmaker definitely helps for the Mavs. Don't have much of that on their team. Now here comes Adam Silver.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Perez Johnson Jr. from the University of Michigan.
Perez Johnson Jr. reuniting here with his.
Wow, Perez Johnson Jr. Where did I think he? Wow, I said he would pick. He picked number 14 by the Charlotte Hornets. Wow, Perez Johnson Jr. power forward / center for the Mavericks. That's a good pick, actually. I think that's a good pick by the Mavs. Good pick. So maybe do the Bucks select Brandon Burries? Wow. I said Perez Johnson would be picked 14th. I think I've heard people talking about the Sixers potentially getting him, like maybe him dropping the Sixers, but I knew he wouldn't be dropped that far. He seems like, I think he's a good player. I don't think he would be dropped to 22. Oh, and to let you guys in, just so you guys get, just in case if he gets drafted early, I do think my Sixers, as there's Perez Johnson, congratulations to him for getting drafted. going to be a good player for the Mavs. The Mavs do need a front court player, I think, as well. I thought they were going to go with a guard in that one. I do. I don't think Kyrie Irving's like a long-term option. I'm not sure of how long they'll stick with Cooper Flag at point guard. Maybe they will stick with him. At 22, here it is. I think the Sixers should be taking Dalen Swain, the number 22 pick from Texas. That's where I think the Sixers need to go with that one. I think we definitely need to do something like that. Good rebounder and good efficient player, shooting guard / small forward. That's where I think my Sixers will need to go with that one. And that's who I'm hoping they take. Hopefully he doesn't get taken early. There's other good players in this draft, but Dalen Swain will be a good bench option for the Sixers. I believe that is Marez Johnson Jr.'s mother. I think. I know that. I don't think that's his mother. I think that might be somebody else's mom that is emotional. Yeah, this is definitely emotional for the players' parents. See their kid getting drafted by an NBA team. Very special moment. And you can tell how much it means to Marez Johnson Jr.'s parents as well. And number 10 pick will be made by the Milwaukee Bucks. Maybe they take Brandon Burries. Maybe they'll go with a power forward like Yaxel Landenberg. Maybe that will be the replacement of Giannis. But I do see the Bucks maybe getting Brandon Burries. I think they'll probably want to go with that. Because maybe the Bucks will decide to just go big and have Khalil Ware and Miles Turner up there as the front court. This has been a great night so far. I'm so happy that just chilling for just over an hour now, and this has been a fun night of the NBA draft. Brandon. He is Braden Burries. For some reason, I wrote on my paper Brandon Burries, and there's so it is Braden Burries. So sorry for getting his name wrong. The Bucks pick is in. Who will Milwaukee take? They already done a lot of work trading Giannis, getting a lot in return. Who will they do? But what will they do? To look for a playmaker and a perimeter defender. Could be for Braden Burries. That's who they're looking at right now. That's who they have the camera pointed to, or Ade Mara. But will they be looking looking at Ade Mara? I mean, Ade Mara is a center, and maybe they already have enough. Nate Ament can definitely be a good player. We'll see. But right now, the Bucks will make their pick right now. At number 10, There is the Bucks draft headquarters. All the people, all like the workers and stuff, hyped. They are ready to see potential future of their team be picked.
With the 10th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries from the University of Arizona.
After helping Arizona get to the Final Four, Braden Burries
Congratulations to Braden Burries, a guard for Milwaukee. Maybe he'll pair with Tyler Hero on the Milwaukee Bucks in the backcourt. Who knows what will happen? Maybe he'll be a six-man option starting out for the Bucks. Because some teams decide they'll have the draft pick be off the bench, or some side they'll be a starter right away. But a good pick by the Bucks. Braden Burries, good 3-point shooter for Milwaukee. So we have our first 10 picks already selected. Okay. We have 6 people in right now. We will see what happens. Sorry, I'm just checking the World Cup right now. Ended Croatia 1, Panama 0. Like I said, Colombia and DR Congo is that late night game. th pick in the draft belongs to the Golden State Warriors, which I believe that it'll be Nate Ament that gets drafted. That's who I think will be drafted to the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, not the Atlanta Hawks. Why did I say the Atlanta Hawks? The Golden State Warriors. Braden Burries, 7th Arizona freshman selected in lottery. So next 3 will be this Warriors pick, and the 12th pick will be the Thunder. 13th pick will be the Heat. So, I don't know if the Warriors pick is in yet. I'll have to wait. But the Warriors are on the clock right now. Bit of a brutal season for the Warriors. Second fewest wins in the Steve Kerr era, 37-45. eliminated in the play-in tournament. Draymond Green having arguably his worst season ever. Steph Curry injured a lot. Jimmy Butler injured. Not a good season for the Warriors. But I do think they need a center. I do think we'll go with the center. Or Nate Ament maybe will be that pick. Like a forward/center option for them. Team needs a rim protector and a 3-and-D wing. That is who they're looking for. Maybe they're looking at Yaxel Landenberg. Who else would they be looking at? Nate Ament out of Tennessee. Ade Mara out of Michigan. And the Warriors pick us in, everybody. Let's see who the Golden State Warriors draft. But like I said, I think they will probably select Nate Ament. Well, you never know. But maybe they won't select him. Who knows? But here comes the commissioner. Waiting for him. Waiting. Will he come out soon? Oh, I guess we're still waiting for. This mic is working, right? I think this mic is working.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Yaxel Lendeborg from the University of Michigan.
You know Yaxel is a national champion and the Big Ten Player of the Year. But Yaxel and the women's team.
Yaxel Landenberg. Congratulations to him. He's going to be playing alongside one of, if not the greatest point guards in NBA history. I mean, I personally think it's Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard, but Steph Curry is definitely one of the greatest point guards. Yaxel Landenberg, very good forward option for the Warriors. He's emotional. And can you blame him? I mean, it's a great accomplishment. Really is be a member of 300 of the greatest basketball players in the world, and he's now one of them that are in the NBA right now. Yaxel Landenberg of Michigan, and congratulations to him. We drafted to the Warriors. Ooh, let me fun. The two forwards, Yaxel Landenberg of Michigan and Draymond Green of Michigan State. It's going to be fun. And there it says, Mom, I'm assuming. The Thunder. Now, the Thunder, I said, would take Yaxel Landberg. Maybe they take Nate Clement. Or not Nate Clement. Nate Ament. Maybe they take LeBaron, Phil Jr. I don't think they'll take a guard, though. I think they just go with Nate Ament. Or no. Maybe Ade Mara. Ade Mara might be their pick. Good player. I'll be looking forward to watching lots of these guys play in the play next season. Like I said, I will be watching them and giving you my take of who will be Rookie of the Year. That'll be fun. Watching the players. And Yaxel Landenberg, it's crazy. And within the past couple months, and especially tonight, his life just changed like that. That is great. Watching these players go up and get drafted to each team. Can't wait to see who the Sixers are going to draft. Can't wait to see who my team's going to draft. The Thunder. Yeah, like I thought, didn't really take much time to make their selection. The pick is in. So the Thunder will probably just take Nate Ament, probably. I do think they need more front court options than back court options, so I don't think they'll take any of the guards that are coming up. So they'll probably just take the next available center and forward option. Probably a forward/center. I think Nate Ament will be picked by the Thunder. Or Ade Mara, which is like a big center, will probably be taken. It'll be between them two. And the next pick after this will be made by the Miami Heat, which they have Giannis already, so they'll definitely need to add to that, though. Because I feel like they did trade a lot, so they don't really have much to work with. But yeah, I did say that the Heat would take a point guard in this one. So, and after this trade, they definitely need a point guard. The Thunder's pick is in. Yaxel Landenberg is the newest member of the NBA. Let's see who will be drafted 12th by the Thunder. Okay, here comes the commissioner.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Adai Mara from Zaragoza, Spain, and the University of Michigan.
Another national champion coming off the board and headed to the NBA.
Adai Mara. I think that's how Adam Silver pronounced it. Adai Mara, going to be a good player, 7'4", huge shot blocker for the Thunder. I don't know how much he'll play starting out because the Thunder have such a deep team, so it's gonna have to. We're gonna have to see. They said 7'3" with no shoes, so yes, 7'4" for the Mara. Close to Wemby's height. Maybe the Thunder could use a player to match up with Wemby for next year if the Thunder and the Spurs play each other in the Western Conference Finals. Because Chet Holmgren certainly wasn't doing anything offensively in that Game 7. So Mara, man, he's tall. He's like almost more than a foot taller than me. I can't imagine myself standing next to him. Yeah, rim protecting is definitely. He is a great rim protector. I've watched some of his highlights. So let's go to that. Next paper where the next 6 picks put down here. I think the Miami Heat will take LeBaron Philin Jr. So the Heat are on the clock. Oh, wait a minute. I think that they traded this pick to the Bucks, so it'll be the Bucks trade. So I still think it'll be LeBaron Philin Jr., but that will go right to the Bucks. But the Bucks just drafted a guard, so maybe not. Maybe it'll be that will be Nate Ament. Adai, the third player drafted 7'3" or higher or taller at the first round. Last in like 10 years, I think they said. Yeah, totally forgot that that pick goes to the Bucks. They'll probably still take a point guard here, the Heat, but doesn't matter because it'll go right to the Bucks. Or wait a minute. I think they have 58 seconds on the clock. Yeah, they'll make the. Sorry, I was just making sure I got it correctly. The Miami Heat will make the selection at number 13 for the Bucks, and the Bucks will receive that pick. That is how it's going to work. Just making sure I didn't get it wrong. So yeah, it has been traded. So this one will be traded to Milwaukee. I don't know who the Heat will pick now. Probably, like I said, LeBaron Philin Jr., but then that will be traded right towards the Heat. So it doesn't really matter who it is for the Heat anyway. It doesn't really matter who is there. Just make the selection for the Bucks. So we're on a commercial right now, so we're still waiting. That's the thing that sucks about this draft is we're waiting for each pick for like 10 minutes for every pick to get picked. That's the only thing that sucks about it. But everything else, just watching the players get picked and stuff, great. Doesn't get better than that. I love drafts, like I said, especially the NBA draft because it's my favorite sport. But I know how people get about the NFL draft, and the NFL draft is cool to see what your team gets. The NHL draft. Obviously, you hear a lot. I hear a lot about the NFL draft because that is like America's favorite sport. So you hear all the time about the NFL draft, and that's always really cool. There is Oscar Robertson, another one of the greatest point guards of all time.
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Nate Ament from the University of Tennessee.
You can see him getting the call right here that Nate Ament is headed to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, the Ament is headed to Milwaukee. The freshman
Yeah, I
really left an impression with his size.
forgotten about Nate. I meant that.
And I mean that both metaphorically.
I was wondering would the Bucks take him because have to understand that like they do have centers now. They do have like Miles Turner. They do have a Khalil Ware who maybe will play together. I don't know how that will work yet. Maybe they do have other talents like Ryan Rollins on their team. Now Tyler Hero, Jamie Hackers Jr. But Nate Emmett, I think, be a good backup option and provide a lot of depth on the bench for the Bucks. The Bucks are a stacked team. They're rebuilding their team the right way right now. They've traded. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that I don't like to compare my team with other teams because I want to talk great about my team. But this is the thing. The Giannis has been having injuries lately, but the Bucks traded him while they had the chance to trade him, and they did that. And look at how good they can be with all that they have around their team, all the talent. My Sixers signed Embiid to this max contract, and we just completely wasted money because he doesn't play, and no one will want him probably because, especially for that money, because he's injured all the time. That's what the thing. The Bucks made their move, which is what the Sixers should have done. And like I said, I don't want to compare my team to other teams because I like to think that my team is the best and my team does right. But at the same time, I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm telling you the truth. I mean, I didn't want Embiid to be traded, but like at the same time, how much longer can it last with all the injuries? And just like with the Bucks, Giannis has been getting injured. They decide to, and they have downgraded every single season. So they decide that enough is enough. And, anybody would be happy to have Giannis. I mean, Giannis is a great player. Anybody would be, as they should, be happy to have Giannis. But the Bucks have a lot of talent in return now. 14th pick will be made by the Charlotte Hornets. I think, I said Morez Johnson will be taken, but that's obviously out of the picture now. I don't think they will take LeBaron Philin Jr. because they will probably not have they won't want to get a point guard, I don't think. They'll probably take Chris Senak Jr. That's probably who they will take. So almost halfway done this NBA draft. Been a very fun, just over an hour and a half with you guys. Been a very fun night so far. I've had a lot of fun. But there's the trade to Giannis, the Heat receiving Giannis and Bobby Portis, the Bucks receiving Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jamie Hackers Jr., Kasparas Chuchionis. This year's 13th pick, 2031 and 2033 first round picks, 2030 and 2030 pick swap, and a 2033 second round pick. So the Bucks are good to go. They have got a lot to work with from this draft. They got a big deal for Giannis, and I think the Bucks did a very good job in this trade. The Heat also did a good job, but I think I don't think you guys realize that how good the Bucks did. I think the Bucks did very well. And they will do even better with this pick now that they get, providing more depth to this team. So they're good right now. They could definitely be a playoff team next season. before we get to the next pick, let me just see what's happening with my Philadelphia Phillies. Oh my goodness, they came back. Whew. They have 8 runs in the 9th inning. They're up 14-8 right now. What a comeback. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. They were down 5-0. They come all the way back. Wow. That is incredible. You have 4 people in right now. I get it. It's starting to get late, so people will probably starting to hop off, and I get that, because like I said, it is getting late. But it's been a good live. Let's see what Adam Silver says.
We have a trade to announce as part of a deal to be finalized later. The Miami Heat are trading to Milwaukee Bucks the draft rights to Nate Amen, the 13th pick. And with the 14th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Hannes Steinbach from Würzburg, Germany, and the University of Washington.
That's so funny. That's so funny. You know why? You know why that's so funny? Because I picked Hannes Steinbach to be drafted at the Hornets' next pick at number 18. But they drafted him at their number 14th pick. That's crazy. That's crazy that happened. Hannes Steinbach, forward from Washington. Good player. Good rebounder, shot blocker. And the Hornets definitely needed a forward. They don't need guards. They are good on their guards, I believe. But they definitely need some kind of forward option. Either to come off the bench for a while, or pair with Brandon Miller, maybe. But I don't think he will be pairing with Brandon Miller just yet. I think he'll be coming off the bench. But a good player is Hannes Steinbach. That's so funny. That is so funny that I said that he would get picked at the Hornets' 18th pick, but he got picked by the Hornets but at the 14th pick. Funny. Yeah, I said Hornets would pick up Marez Johnson Jr. at the 14th pick, but he has been traded a while. He was drafted a while ago. 15th pick for Chicago Bulls. I do think they draft Chris Sanaka Jr. I do. Finally, we got some pick that hasn't changed. I do still think they will draft Chris Sanaka Jr. They do need a center, a good center. And maybe that will be it for them. Maybe they will draft that center right now. A good rebounder, good finisher, good scorer. Chris Sanaka Jr. He will probably come off the bench as well. Some of these players that are like up here, like a 15th, 16th, they will be coming off the bench probably. So Dirk Nowitzki. I guess congratulations to Hannes Steinbach. But I guess I didn't see, but maybe Hannes Steinbach idolized Dirk Nowitzki, because they did have players like favorite all-time players. So maybe that was his favorite all-time player. Hannes Steinbach's all-time favorite was probably Dirk Nowitzki. But we are halfway done. Well, we're about to be halfway done. We'll finish this 15th pick, and then we'll be halfway done. The Bulls selected Caleb Wilson at number 4 earlier, and the pick is in right now. They're on a commercial. I think they will take Chris Sinak Jr. I'll be surprised if they don't. I'll be honest with you guys. I think I'll be surprised if they do not take him, because I think they will be looking for the center option. He's the next best center in this draft. So we'll see. While it's a commercial, let's check my Phillies now. I checked the Phillies score, but I didn't see who scored. That's crazy that the Phillies came back. They were down 5-0. Yeah, amazing. Wow, what a big comeback. So the 15th pick is in for the Chicago Bulls. One of America's most popular NBA teams. One of the most popular teams. Because like I said, Chicago is a big city. And like I said, they would probably be less popular if they didn't have the GOAT on their team in their history. But still, the Chicago Bulls still a very popular team, and their fans are they'll make themselves known. They will. They will make themselves known. They'll to show you guys how much they love their team. So who will the Chicago Bulls take? Drum roll. Still finishing up a commercial. And the next pick will be another Memphis Grizzlies pick. Ooh, that looks good. They're showing a Panera Bread commercial. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that place, but very, very underrated. Really good place. We get them this commercial already? The pick is in. Pick is in. Don't need to see commercial. A lot of people drafted so far. If you're just tuning in, we are at the 15th pick right now. We've seen a lot of players, a few shockers, in my opinion. Some pretty easy picks, expected picks. For this one, I think Chris Sinak Jr. will be drafted by the Bulls. I do think they will draft him. But here comes Adam Silver.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Swain from the University of Texas.
Oh.
Dalen Swain played for Xavier before following his head coach,
Really?
Sean
Really?
He
I wanted
became
the Sixers to take him.
He led Texas in scoring and rebounding.
Congratulations to Dalen Swain
And his
for being
first
the
ever
Bulls.
NBA
See, I knew the Bulls would take the Sixers pick. I mean, knowing the Sixers, if we got it down to him, he would probably not be taken by. We would probably not pick him. But Dalen Swain, congratulations to him. I wanted the Sixers to take him. Hopefully now, maybe Cameron Carr gets dropped to the Sixers. I did predict him to be at 17th by the Thunder. Like, why would the Bulls take a guard? They don't even need a guard. Why would they take? Why? I don't think they needed a guard. They have a good amount of guards. They need a center. They don't have a proper center on their team right now. Now Nick Claxton they have, but they needed a backup center. Dalen Swain Jr. picked by the Bulls at 15. 16th pick. I think the 16th pick, we'll see who they pick. Maybe they will take Chris Sinak Jr. and put him as a backup center to Zach Edey. Because they'll definitely need somebody. Because Zach Edey will probably have injuries at some point, but they will definitely need somebody to be a backup option for him. I said that maybe Kareem Lopez goes to the Memphis Grizzlies. Maybe that will happen. Again, a lot of surprises happened, but I can't believe the Bulls just took Dalen Swain. I thought it would be lower. I wanted the Sixers to get him. It is what it is. Now I think Cameron Carr. Maybe Cameron Carr. Just like I said, just don't do something dumb, Sixers. That's all I ask. Just don't do something dumb. Get somebody. And if it's another center, then I might rage on this live stream. Like, I don't want another center on this team. I mean, maybe if we do pick a center, maybe it's a sign of something. I don't know, but again, I don't think we can trade Embiid. Too much money. I don't think people would take him for that much money. And I don't think the Sixers have. I mean, maybe. I don't think we should take a center. We shouldn't take a center. We have all these forward options, like power forward / center options. We have an Embiid, we have a Dembona, we have Andre Drummond, we have Dominic Barlow, we have Janai Broom. What else do we need? Why do we need another center? I really hope that doesn't happen. But I wanted Dalen Swain, and of course he gets drafted very early. Number 16 pick by the Grizzlies. Maybe they take Chris Sinak Jr. I think they personally take Kareem Lopez. Maybe now they take Chris Sinak Jr. because he's been dropped. He has been dropped. But hopefully Cameron Carr does not get selected, because I do think the Sixers should want a shooting guard / small forward option, like somebody could play, because it will be good for like VJ Edgecombe to get a rest at some point. He is too young to be playing that many minutes, and he needs a break too as well. Grizzlies pick is in. To probably take a Kareem Lopez Jr. or Chris Sinak Jr. Maybe they will take Cameron Carr. Who knows? But I don't think they need Cameron Carr. I think they're good with what they have. But they, at the same time, they do need some backcourt depth, perhaps coming off their bench. Maybe they go lower, just like the Chicago Bulls did. Who knows? But the pick is in, so we will be prepared for the Grizzlies to make their selection. Here he comes.
With the 16th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Bennett Sturtz from the University of Iowa.
Wow, there's been a again.
Had such a unique rise to the NBA. He didn't receive any Division I scholarship offers.
Again, just like the Bulls, the Grizzlies went down. First, I got the clap. Congratulations to Bennett Sturtz for being drafted in the NBA. But again, just like the Bulls pick, the Grizzlies went far down on this draft, I believe. I do not think that Bennett Sturtz was one of the next available players. I think he was lower, if I'm not wrong. Or at least lower than what I thought. Maybe not the lower available player. Maybe just what I thought anyway. How is LeBaron Phelan Jr. not being picked yet? What's going on with that? Bennett Sturtz. Who did I say? I said he would be drafted 20th by the Spurs. So who should the Sixers take? Maybe they'll take. Maybe LeBaron Phelan Jr. drops to them. Maybe they take Cameron Carr, like I said. But right now, what a good player, Bennett Sturtz could be a good player for. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it was a reported trade to OKC. It says. I didn't say that at first. Maybe it's a new trade that I didn't see at first. But 17th pick, the Thunder now have that pick. This has been a great draft so far. Like I said, hopefully we can have a good sign. Hopefully my Sixers, hoping that they make a good decision with their pick. Always excited to see who the Sixers draft. Although the Sixers have had some ugly drafts in the past few years. But BJ Edgecombe was obviously a good pick, and Tyrese Maxey was obviously a good pick. So we have a little bit long, well, not a little bit longer. We still have like just a little bit less than a half of. We're approaching our going to be approaching our 20th pick soon, and then we'll do the final 10 picks, and then we'll be done the draft night. But this has been fun so far. I've enjoyed it with you guys. Thank you guys for being on here. Right now, the Thunders pick us up. They're drafting 17th right now. Who will they draft? $32 seconds to go. Thunder are really taking their time on this one. Don't need to overthink it. Still a title contending team. Trade alert. So the reported trade is the Grizzlies received the 17th pick and 2 second-round picks, and the Thunder received Bennett Sturts. Oh, okay. That's why we're taking long right now. So the Grizzlies will get their, if you guys heard that right, 17th pick and 2 second-round picks the Grizzlies receive. Thunder will get their pick, the pick that the Grizzlies just made at 16, Bennett Sturts. The Grizzlies just received the 17th overall pick that the Thunder are getting right now, and they'll get 2 second-round picks as well. Okay, so the pick is in. It took them a while to put on the full trade details on the board. So the pick is in. They're looking at Cameron Carr right now. Hopefully he drops to the Sixers. Hopefully he drops to the Sixers. And there's a good backup option. Grizzlies 25-win season. Last year, not a good 13th in the West, not a good season for the Grizzlies. The team needs a combo big and a primary ball handler. So, not sure who that player will be. But yeah, this pick from the Thunder will go to the Memphis Grizzlies. The Baron Philin Jr. He's been waiting a while. I feel like I expected him to be drafted earlier. I thought he would have been drafted earlier. Really good score for Alabama and a good playmaker. Okay, this pick is taking forever. We already know it's been traded.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Ebuka Okori from Stanford University.
Wow. Ebuka Okori, the ACC scoring champion out of Stanford. We shared a flight here. He was lovely to chat with. This young man, he is a microwave scorer. Before deciding to go to Stanford.
So for Stanford, Ebuka Okori. Let's see where I had him being picked. I had him getting picked all the way at 24th by the New York Knicks. So they picked him early, but he is a good scorer. So the Grizzlies have a good guard potentially on their hands, a good player to maybe replace Ja Morant in the long run and be like a backup to Ja Morant for right now, but because Ja Morant might be injured, he probably will be injured again. You know, you don't know what's happen. You never know with Ja Morant these days. But that will be the next Grizzlies player that the Thunder just traded. He's a good shot creator. Ibuka Okori. So now the 18th pick by the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know. I said he would. Hannes Steinbach would probably be picked there, but there's been a lot of like back and forth action. There's been a lot of like different like stuff that I didn't expect would happen. Really interesting. With the Sixers, like I said, no center or like no like big man, like no front court player, please. I don't want. We need guards. We need a guard to, because who like, because like Maxey and VJ should not have to play 40 minutes. They should not have to play 40 minutes. And everyone's gonna say, "Oh, it's Nick Nurse's fault. He doesn't know how to rotate players. He doesn't." We don't have much options to work with in the backcourt. We don't really have much. Quentin Grimes is our best option. We need a good backup option in the backcourt. But Ibuka Okori, welcome to the NBA. Yeah. So, yeah, Peck, this live stream is just turning into me talking about the Sixers. As we're getting closer to the Sixers pick, I'm getting more wanting to talk about my Sixers right now, because like let's talk about Ibuka Okori real quick. I thought it would be lower, but it turns out they went really far down and picked him, and he's a good scorer. And I said with the Sixers, hopefully there's some good guard options to get. Because, we traded Jared McCain, which I've went on many rants about that. It was a stupid trade that was made. And, we need somebody to replace him. I hate to say the word replace because I didn't want to have to replace Jared McCain. Thought it'd be a good option for us in the long run, but Daryl Morey and Josh Harris had other plans. But now the next pick will be by the Charlotte Hornets, who we'll see who they take. I don't think they take a guard. Like I said, I don't see them taking a guard, really. I think they might go with a center option. So they might take Chris Sinak Jr. Again, they could, if they wanted a guard, they could take maybe LeBaron Phelan Jr. or Cameron Carr. Maybe they decide to go with a winger. Maybe they take Kareem Lopez or who else? Who else? Maybe there's not much going on with the wing spots. Like maybe they go really down, go with like Alan Graves or Isaiah Evans. But yeah. But now the 18th pick is probably going to be in it at some point. We have 6 people in right now. I'm just chilling right now. This has been, I'm saying all night, this is so much fun. So much fun. I really, really enjoy watching the NBA draft. Really, really enjoy it. I'll try to watch as much as the second round tomorrow as possible, but I'll be out tomorrow, so we'll see how much of it I could watch. I will definitely try to. Maybe I'll record it so I can watch it, because I do want to see who gets drafted where. But right now the Hornets are up. Next, the pick is in. We will wait. There's been a lot of AJ Dibansa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Darius Acuff.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Christian Anderson Jr. from Texas Tech University.
Christian Anderson Jr., the Big 12 most improved player this season, and a big
A guard by Christian Anderson. Wow, LeBaron Dillon Jr. pick has really dropped in this draft. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he would be drafted sooner than this. We've been on for just over 2 hours now. Make sure to grab your snacks because we still have a long ways to go. We still have to do 19th and through 30. But Christian Anderson, newest member of the NBA. Congratulations from Texas Tech. When did I predict him? I feel like my mock draft has been like bad. I feel like I've not gotten even close with some of these. I predicted him to be picked 19th. That's good. Well, that's not bad. I predicted him to be 19th. One pick sooner. Mock drafts are hard to do because these teams, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know what the GMs and all like the staff of the team. You don't know what they're talking about. They could be coming up with something big. They maybe have something planned for the future, and they decide not to take somebody there. Like you never know. But we'll have to see. You like to trust your GM that they'll make a good decision on who they take. Looking at the 2025 FIBA World Cup German U19 squad. A lot of people in this draft on there. Okay. Let me just check the World Cup score right now. Still 0-0 with Colombia and DR Congo. Christian Anderson, newest member of the NBA, and he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets at number 18. Welcome to the NBA, Christian Anderson. I look forward to watching you next season. He'll probably come off the bench. Like I said, these players will probably come off the bench, but look forward to seeing them anyway. Definitely look forward to seeing. But the Toronto Raptors will make their selection next at 19th. Who will they take? I'm not sure who the Raptors should go with. Maybe they take a guard. Maybe they take a... Because I do think they'll take a guard. Oh, but trade alert. Grizzlies received 21st overall pick and 3 second-round picks. And the Pistons receive Ibuka Okoro. Okay. So the Pistons will get that pick. Like if you didn't hear it, I'll say it again. Pistons receive Ibuka Okoro, which the Grizzlies picked 17th. And the Grizzlies received the 21st pick from the Pistons and 3 second-round picks. That is as clear as I could possibly say it. That's what's happened for the both teams, for the Grizzlies and the Pistons. The Pistons now lose their 21st pick to the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies traded who they got at the 17th pick, Ibuka Okori, to the Pistons, plus Grizzlies getting 3 second-round picks out of it. And don't underestimate second-round picks, because second-round picks can still be really good. Like Nikola Jokic, like Jalen Brunson. A lot of great second-round picks out there. LeBaron Fillon Jr. is waiting to get drafted. Right now, the clock is winding down. The Raptors are using their full time to make this one. So they're choosing it very carefully, their 19th pick. And you got to be patient even if it's the 19th pick, because you really want to take your time on who you're taking to be on your team. But the Toronto Raptors are we're about 2/3 of the way there. And the pick is in for the Toronto Raptors. So Adam Silver will about to be joining the draft party and making his announcement. Still waiting for him to come out. The Raptors pick is in.
Next member of the NBA fraternity is the commissioner is back with the pick.
With the 19th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Alan Graves from Santa Clara University.
Santa Clara has had several notable NBA players here recently. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, Brandon Podziemski, of course, Steve Nash, and now Alan Graves, the West Coast Conference Sixth Man of the Year, coming off the bench, 31 and 35.
Wow, so Alan Graves now. They're climbing up the ladder, a lot of these teams, like, because when you look at the projected drafts and like that stuff, that can change throughout time. Like, you don't know what these teams are going to take. I said that Alan Graves would be taken by number 25 by the Lakers, but it didn't happen like that. But congratulations to Alan Graves for making it to the NBA and being picked by the Toronto Raptors. And we will get ready for the 20th pick pretty soon with the San Antonio Spurs. But right now, we focus on Alan Graves. You take the picture with Adam Silver now. Ford from Santa Clara. Good playmaker, good three-point shooter for the Raptors. That is a good pick. I like that pick from Toronto. They're looking at his two-way impact, which is a good play and a good winger for the Raptors. I mean, the Raptors do have some wing talent already, like in Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes and those guys. Brandon, for example, Brandon Ingram's always injured. Maybe Alan Graves can be that, take on that responsibility if that does happen, because he will come off the bench to start his career. But maybe he will be good enough to hold down the responsibility of taking over Brandon Ingram if he does get injured, because Brandon Ingram is injury prone, as we know. But the 20th pick will be selected by the San Antonio Spurs. Been a fun night. It has. I don't know who they pick. I said the Spurs would be the ones to take Ben Sturz. Now, who knows? Spurs shouldn't. It doesn't really matter. They're NBA Finals team, but I guess they would like to add depth to their team because they lack some stuff on the team. Stephen A. Smith with a hot take. He said that the Spurs will not be back in the NBA Finals next season. He said that the Thunder will be in the NBA Finals playing against the Knicks next season. Now, we'll see. I'm not sure if the Knicks will be back in the Finals next season yet, but I'm not sure if the Spurs will be back either. So I actually think the Spurs will probably be back. They're a great team. They are. Really are. Wemby will be even better next season because this season was just a great season for Wemby, but towards the end of that playoffs, he wasn't consistent enough, but he'll be better next season once he has that more experience being a top team in this league. The next 3 picks will be the Spurs making their pick right now, then the Detroit Pistons, and then my Philadelphia 76ers. I am so looking forward to that. I ask the Sixers not to do something dumb because I will rage on this live stream. I will probably storm off. No, I won't storm off. I'll just be annoyed. But if we do something dumb, the Spurs don't really need to overthink this. They are really thinking about it, though, actually, because they are taking up their. Oh, I forgot about Kareem Lopez as a potential pick from Mexico. LeBaron Dillon Jr., a player who probably dropped a little bit too much right now, but I mean, he has dropped a lot, and I thought he would get picked sooner. But let's see. Cameron Carr, a player that I would like to see the Sixers draft, potentially. I think he'll be a really great player. But let's take a look. Let's see what who the Spurs pick. Let's see. We have to wait for the commissioner, Adam Silver, to come out.
Bobby, if size is an issue in this pick, another guy is Chris Sadak Jr. Houston, an outstanding defensive rebounder whose offense is coming, especially in the second half of the season, playing for Kelvin Sampson. He'd be an interesting selection here too.
Jaden Quaintance, Terrence Reed Jr. I mean, there's a good selection, a good group of bigs. If that's where the Spurs are going, they've got great options. They all do things a little differently, but the impact can be immediate.
And what they've proven, Bobby, is they're not afraid to trust really young players in really big moments.
I mean, how about the lineup with certainly Dylan Harper, the ability to close some of these games, Stephon Castle. I think we're going to see a big lift from Carter Bryant, who had some moments during the final. So age, as we say, is just,
It's usually we say that as people are getting older.
Chris Sadak Jr., another player that's dropped.
As well. Youth is not always wasted on the young, Jay.
Yeah, it is.
Says the elder statesman of our draft here. So the Spurs, they are deliberating, they are deciding. When you look at the landscape of the West, the legs, I think there is a sentiment around the
And when I say dropped, I mean dropped on my mock draft and where I'd taken them.
Had been healthy, maybe that game 7 could have looked different. And the Spurs, they carried that ship.
Well, they definitely do. Look, this is a 62-win team that had to go on the road against the defending champions in Game 7 in that environment and play as well as they did. And I think a lot of people thought, hey, foregone conclusion, whoever wins that game wins an NBA title. The Knicks had a lot to say about that because they had found perfect chemistry at the right time. San Antonio Spurs, this is going to be a difficult rotation to crack. Now, look, Dylan Harper went into this situation a year ago. Expectations weren't there. He found a way to crack it. This is going to be tougher for this pick.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron in the San Antonio Spurs locker room, and their expectations, led by Victor Wembanyama's expectations of himself, are high.
Okay, here he comes.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jaden Quaintance from the University of Kentucky.
Jason Quaintance, he measured at 6'9" without shoes, but he is one of the longer reaches in this draft at 9'1" rather. Bobby, really good defender.
Congratulations to Jaden Quaintance.
Well, the big thing is we have
So I did say that the Pistons would probably take him at 21st, but the Spurs took him. Power forward / center, Jaden Quaintance, good rebounder and a free throw shooter. That is a player that the Spurs would be looking for. I can understand why they took a center player, because Victor Wembanyama, is their center, is their amazing center. But do you really think that Luke Cornett is a good, no disrespect to Luke Cornett, but you really think that he's a good long-term backup center for the San Antonio Spurs? No, just a question, because I'm not saying it's his fault when the Spurs crumble or if Wemby leaves, but I'm saying like he's just not that good when he comes on, but he's not responsible for what the whole team does. But I'm just saying it's really a good long-term backup center for the Spurs. I don't think so, but Jaden Quaintance a good pick. Looked like the Spurs fans in the building were booing. I don't know why, but the Pistons will get the pick next. The reason why I think they would have drafted Jaden Quaintance, because the Pistons, I do think they need a center in this draft. They'll probably take Chris Sinak Jr. That's probably who they take next. He said Chris Sinak Jr. is like a forward player, but just any front court player for the team would probably be good. Right now, we're on a commercial. The Pistons have the 21st pick, and then it will be my Philadelphia 76ers making the pick after the Pistons. So I am so looking forward to that. I always get excited for the draft, but who will the Sixers take? That's the question. Because the Sixers, like I said in that live stream where I was talking about my Sixers, I don't think the future is looking bright for us. But the draft is there for something to look forward to. I guess you could say something that you can look forward to in this offseason, because the Sixers won't really do much this offseason, but the draft will definitely be a good thing. Let me quickly check what's happening in the World Cup before we continue. Still 0-0 between Colombia and DR Congo. Earlier, Portugal destroyed Uzbekistan 5-0. England and Ghana drew 0-0. Croatia beat Panama 1-0. And now this game is happening. Tomorrow will be our first set of World Cup games. We'll have 6 in a day. 6 World Cup games in a day. That's going to be fun. Tomorrow will be the second night of the draft as well, which I believe oh yeah. I forgot the Sixers. Yeah, the Sixers unfortunately do not have a second round draft pick. I forgot. Maybe they didn't have a second round draft pick, but hopefully this is Mike Gansey's first draft in charge of this team. please get it correctly. It says LeBaron Thielen Jr., the next best player available in this draft. Although I do not think the Pistons will go for a guard. I think they go for a center, like I said. But we'll move on to Adam Silver. 21st pick is in. So this is the report trade. The Thunder received 2026 16th overall pick, Bennett Sturts. Grizzlies received 2026 21st overall pick, 5 future second-round picks. Pistons received the 2026 17th overall pick in a Buka Core. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this pick doesn't matter. Sorry, everybody. Completely forgot about this trade that the Pistons pick. They are selecting this pick, but it'll go straight to the Memphis Grizzlies anyway, so it doesn't really matter for the Pistons. Sorry. Forgot that we had a trade in this one. So we've been on for just about 2.5 hours.
With the 21st pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Kareem Lopez from Hermosillo, Mexico, and the New Zealand Breakers of the NBL.
19-year-old forward Kareem Lopez. This is a historic moment because Lopez is the first Mexican-born player to be drafted in the first round. He's from Hermosillo, and Lopez, he told Sports Illustrated that he wants to show people that come from the same situation that I come from, that it's possible. And really, he's done just that. This is a family dream. His father played professionally in Mexico and for the Mexican national team. When Kareem was little, he would go to his dad's practices and dribble a ball around, and he's preparing for this. He's been preparing as a...
Wow, you hear that? History made. First Mexican-born player to be drafted in the first round, Kareem Lopez. Congratulations on making your way to the NBA. He will be traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. It looks like. So, yep, Kareem Lopez drafted, and now he is going to be traded. So next up, my Philadelphia 76ers. Who will they draft? So excited. So excited. Ooh, let me stretch out. Been standing for a while. Wearing my Maxey jersey today. Ooh. Need to stretch out a little bit. Ooh. Get in some stretches because I've been sitting here for a while now, and I'm getting hyped. So Sixers have 3 minutes left to make their selection. Do it fast, please. No, don't do it fast. Take your time, please. Don't be taking a center. I said Henry Visar, the next center, will be taken by the Hawks at 23rd. But Cedric, Chris Sinek. Sorry. Chris Sinek Jr. So 22nd. I wanted Dalen Swain on the Sixers, but it's okay. We still have some good players. LeBaron Thielen Jr. Maybe. Maybe we take Cameron Carr. Would prefer Cameron Carr. I think. But LeBaron Jr. I wouldn't be mad at LeBaron Jr. He is a good player. But yeah, like I said, I do prefer Cameron Carr, but LeBaron Thielen Jr. will not be a bad pick. He's the next best guard available. Who will come to my Sixers? who will come to the Sixers. Even if I'm not happy with the pick, I still, being a Sixers fan, I'll still welcome that player to my team. Even when Paul George got traded, which I was really annoyed about, I still try to welcome him to the team, and we will see what happens. But we have 7 people in right now. LeBaron Dillon Jr., Alabama guard, waiting to be selected. Maybe the Sixers are the team he goes to. I understand how it can be intimidating to go to be drafted to the Sixers, because you have to deal with fans booing you if you don't play well in Philadelphia. You get that from your fans, and that's can't be fun. But we are still a team that is I believe it's a good team to play at. I think anyone would be lucky just to be in the NBA, just to be drafted in the NBA. But Sixers are taking their sweet time here. 10 seconds to go on the clock. Maybe Cameron Carr or LeBaron Dillon Jr. Maybe we'll do a shocker. Get another guard. Well, I'm nervous, everybody. I'm nervous. What do you guys think? Oh, the clock is off. Here we go.
Teams, even at this point in the draft, can go and still get a player that can affect their team immediately in a positive way.
And that's the way we've been talking about the depth of this draft. This draft class, Jay, it literally changed the rules.
So
for
nervous.
The NBA
Here we go.
because there was so much
Come on.
up and down even
Got
here.
my jersey on.
Yeah,
Come on, Sixers.
Quite like this. I mean,
The newest member about to come to the Sixers.
It's an extraordinary freshman
Pick us in.
class that
Pick us in.
put up just big time numbers and backed up everything everybody said about it. But you've got players that are further down in this draft that would be players taken now that would be lottery picks in other years, and that's an extraordinary thing.
Yeah, it really speaks to the talent that exists up and down this draft. We're seeing a lot of files here from the pylon table. I'm not sure if that's an inclination or a sort of a hint as to where the Philadelphia 76ers could be looking or not here, Andrea. But if you look at the rest of the green room, and there's still players that are sitting here, and this is always sort of the moment where people can start to get a little bit nervous. There really is a lot of talent and a lot of guys that can have a long NBA career. We're going to hold that thought, though. The commissioner is ready with the 76ers pick. Let's find out if the consensus was correct. Here's the commissioner.
Okay, let's see what the pick's going to be.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select LeBaron Dillon Jr. from the University of Alabama.
Good pick. Good pick.
The most we've seen tonight. And LeBaron Dillon, he's from Mobile, Alabama.
I am very happy with that pick.
Back to school, and by all accounts, Bobby, this young man, he put in the work. He took all the feedback. He improved his outside shooting. He had that notable 35-point performance in the Sweet 16. And that fast pace that he played with at Alabama, Jay noted how fast it was, right? That's going to translate well to the NBA as he makes his walk.
Yeah, I mean, he played
LeBaron Dillon Jr., welcome to the Philadelphia 76ers.
He's a good decision maker, and we talk about his shot improving. He's never had to improve his handles. He has had that from the very beginning. The ball is on a string with LeBaron Dillon, and now that he has the more threat of shooting, he can get into the paint. And with going to Philly, think of all the options he has to find around him. He also improved his assist per game this year.
Yeah, his freshman year, Andre, he was known as a lockdown defender. I don't want to say he took a step back in that last year, but because of his scoring, his defense kind of took a back seat. But he still gets steals and he's got active hands. Another excellent pick and roll playmaker. He created 19 points per game off of pick and rolls as a handler. He can shoot it off the dribble. He can create his own, but his acceleration is really impressive. An excellent athlete. He had 12 games where he scored 25 points or more. And I thought he was underrated. Arguably the most improved player, going from good player at Alabama to star this last season.
Yeah, when you look at his numbers, certainly.
Good pick by the Sixers. Could have went either way with LeBaron Philin Jr. Obviously, it would have been also good to see Cameron Carr on the team. That would have been a good pick as well. But like I said, at least we didn't draft like a center. I don't know what I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed at that. I would have still been congratulate the player and welcomed him to my team, because that's what I do as a Sixers fan. I welcome people who come to my team and wish them the very best on my team. Welcome in CC Motion to the live stream. We just drafted Jordan Poole. I mean, maybe we drafted a player like Jordan Poole, who only shows up when the ladies are on the sideline, right? But Jordan Poole is still a good player, so I wouldn't be mad if LeBaron. I'm not mad with drafting LeBaron Philin Jr. Like I said, other people would have also been good for us. I think, Cameron Carr, another good option. I just didn't want us to draft a center. I don't get it. We need a solid big behind Embiid. I personally, this is my opinion, CC Motion. I personally disagree. I mean, it's your opinion. I respect that, but I don't think we need a big man when we already have we already have Embiid. Like, Embiid is injured, but we have a Dembona, we have Andre Drummond, we have Dominic Barlow, we have Janai Broome. We need a good guard that will because like I said, the Sixers don't really have much cap space this offseason, so that they're not going to really be able to do anything. They're already spending a lot. No one will take Paul George and Embiid for that much money. I don't think, and we need, because we cannot have Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe playing 40 minutes a night. We just cannot have that happen. We definitely needed a good guard to back up. I can understand why you would think we need a solid big behind Embiid, but I just don't think. I think we have a lot right now, like a lot of backcourt players that keep on. We don't even have a proper backup center. We just switch back and forth with Drummond, Bona. Andre Drummond is old. You're right about that. And a Dembona, I do feel like is going to be good for us in the future. My worries is how he will perform offensively in the future. That is my big concern for a Dembona. I don't doubt that he is an amazing shot blocker for our team. But yeah, the offensive consistency worries me with the Dembona. But we'll see. We have Janai Broome, like I said. We have Dominic Barlow that we just signed. That we just re-signed. So it's I get your point that we do need a solid big man behind Embiid, because especially if Embiid gets injured like he has been a lot, we definitely would like somebody that will take over that responsibility and be a good backup for Embiid. But at the same time, we can't have Tyrese and VJ play 40 minutes a night as well. But I appreciate you sharing your opinion, because I love it when you guys share your thoughts about like the NBA and stuff like that. But the Hawks pick us in, so we're going to listen to that.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's University.
So Zuby began his
Zuby Ejiofor. Congratulations to Zuby Ejiofor from St. John's, Ford from St. John's, the 2025-26 Big East Player of the Year, for being drafted to the Atlanta Hawks. So that will be another winger for Atlanta. I mean, they have a lot of them already. I'm surprised they haven't taken this a good center yet. I don't think they've really taken a good center, so I'm surprised about that. But good pick still. Probably a good backup option. Zuby Ejiofor. And then we'll get to the 24th pick with the New York Knicks, the champions, 2026 champions, making their pick. But yeah, back to the Sixers for a second. Yeah, I'm obviously I think you can agree with me on this CC motion. I don't think the future is looking too bright for us at the moment. I think we're in a little bit thick. Daryl Morey has screwed up a lot, but I'm hoping that we can get back to where we need to be, and hopefully we fix what Daryl Morey broke, because Daryl Morey broke a lot of pieces to our team and made some boneheaded mistakes. But I like I said, I like the pick by the Sixers. So we'll see how that works out next season. My biggest thing that I want to focus on, having Tyrese Maxey being all-star again. Maybe VJ Edgecombe making that push to be an all-star next season, having a great year number 2. That is what we'll look forward to next season. How about we don't even pay attention to the negative stuff? How about we just worry about the good part to our team and the stuff that we need to focus on for the short term, for the short run, not the long run. Right now, the Knicks have a reported trade, it looks like, on the 24th pick. So who will the Knicks take? It said that they would take Ibuka Okoro, but he's already been taken. Maybe they said front court depth. Either Chris Sinak Jr. will probably be taken, or maybe Henry Visar will be taken. There's Spike Lee on the draft. The Knicks pick is in. We have 9 people in the draft or in the live stream right now. So the Knicks pick is in, and it's reportedly traded to the Lakers. So what will happen is it's probably like a swap. Yes, see the Lakers will not get the 24th pick. The Knicks will now get the 25th pick. Who's going to be drafted? What lucky rookie will be drafted to the defending champs?
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Cameron Carr from Baylor University.
Congratulations, Cameron Carr. Oh wait, he's gone to the Lakers. But still, congratulations. I really, I like Cameron Carr, and unfortunately, he's going to the Lakers. You guys know I do not like the Lakers, but at least it's not the Knicks, because that would be even worse. Cameron Carr, congratulations to him for being selected into the NBA. A guard from Baylor. Will be a good player. But that pick will go to the Lakers now, I believe. The pick has been traded to the Lakers, and now the Lakers' 25th pick will go to the New York Knicks, which we'll see who the Lakers take, and it will probably be Chris Nack Jr. because he's dropped in this one. He is really dropped in this draft. But we getting close to the finish line of night 1 of the NBA draft. It's been a fun night. Just make sure that my computer's good, that it's not gonna die on us. We're good. It's on a good percentage right now. Good stats from Cameron Carr. See, that would have been a good pick, I think, for the Sixers as well. But he's on the Lakers now, and congratulations to him. It's better than, like I said, it's better than being drafted to the Knicks. The 25th pick is going to be made by the Lakers, and that will be traded to the Knicks. And then the 26th pick will be made by the Denver Nuggets, which they'll probably take a center. The 26th pick because they need somebody to back up Jokic. They absolutely need somebody to back up Jokic because Jokic has no help on his team. So it says here the Knicks will receive 25th overall pick and cash considerations, and the Lakers will receive Cameron Carr. So that's who the Knicks picked at 24th. Lakers receive Cameron Carr. The Knicks will get the 25th pick and cash considerations. So that is what the trade was. Hopefully I said that loud and clear so you guys can understand. That's what the next trade. There's been a few traded picks in this draft. I'm surprised that Adam Silver hasn't said, "Oh, we have a trade to announce," and we get all excited, and he says something that was announced 5 picks ago. Surprised we haven't had that yet. I wonder what other off-season moves are going to be made. There's been a lot of, like I said, there's been a lot of off-season moves. Trae Young, max extension. Julius Randle traded. Giannis traded. Tyler Hero traded. This is a lot. But the 25th pick, the Lakers, even though the Celtics have the most championships in NBA history, the Lakers are still probably the big team in the NBA, like the most popular team in the NBA. The best available: Chris Sinak Jr., Isaiah Evans, Koa P, Henry V. Star, and Malik Thomas. But I do think, though, the Lakers will be looking at it doesn't really matter. But I think a forward will be good for the Knicks, so they'll probably get Chris Sinak Jr. or maybe Henry V. Star. We'll see. But here comes the commissioner to announce his favorite team's pick that will be traded to the Knicks. Announce his favorite team right here. Chris Sinak Jr. of Houston. Come on, the pick is in already. Could you announce it already? Jeez. It takes so long to announce it. It says the pick is in, and you still have to wait another 5 minutes. It's been a lot of fun, this draft. Like I've been saying it many times tonight. It's been a fun draft. Every draft is fun. Every single year, the draft is a lot of fun. Man, this pick has been in for a while. They still haven't even thought to bring Adam Silver up, but yeah. We have 11 people in right now. Been a really good live stream, having good fun, a lot of trade action, a lot of picks made. Here we go.
First, we have trades to announce. As part of deals to be finalized later, the Oklahoma City Thunder are acquiring the draft rights to Bennett Sturts, the 16th pick. The Detroit Pistons are acquiring
the 25th pick
to Ibuka Okori, the 17th pick. And the Memphis Grizzlies are acquiring the draft rights to Kareem Lopez, the 21st pick. And with the 25th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Sergio De La Rey from Valladolid, Spain, and the Valencia Basketball Club.
Sergio De La Rey, the guard out of Spain, who was the youngest player to win MVP of the Spanish Super Cup. And let's bring Fran back in here.
Congratulations to Sergio De La Rey for being drafted to the NBA. I mean, I won't be rooting for you to become this big star. I mean, you do play for the Knicks, the rival team of my Philadelphia 76ers. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, but I'm not going to root for you, but congratulations to Sergio De La Rey for becoming a member of the NBA, 25th pick. I thought he would be drafted 27th by the Celtics. I think that would have been probably a good chemistry with Sergio De La Rey and Hugo Gonzalez as the two Spanish players. I felt like that would have probably been good chemistry on the bench for the Celtics, having Sergio De La Rey and now Hugo Gonzalez on the team. But the Lakers come away with the pick, and now that would be traded to the Knicks. So next up at the 26th pick will be the Denver Nuggets. 27th pick will be Boston Celtics. 28th pick will be the Timberwolves. And then we'll have two more after that. I'm just quickly checking what's happening in the World Cup right now. Right now, between Colombia and DR Congo, it is currently tied 0-0 at halftime. Does look like Colombia are destroying DR Congo as far as chances and stuff like that. The World Cup has been very exciting. Definitely has. The U.S.'s next game will be Thursday. They will play Turkey at 10 p.m. Eastern. That game really doesn't matter for the U.S. or Turkey. Really, Turkey are already eliminated. The U.S. are already through to the next round. They've already claimed the group. They're number one in the group. Right now, in the NBA draft, as you guys know, we are almost done. 26th pick. That 28th pick by the Timberwolves, by the way, will be traded to the Brooklyn Nets because that was a part of the Julius Randle trade. That the Nets will get that pick. 29th pick will be made by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the 30th pick will be made by the Dallas Mavericks. So those will be the picks for tonight. And like I said, I won't be able to be on for the second round of the draft tomorrow, but I will try to watch as much of that as possible. Like I said, maybe I'll record it so I can get to watch the whole thing and see who gets drafted where. I know the Sixers won't be making any drafts. They will. They only had the 22nd pick, and that was it. Unfortunately, no second round picks to look forward to. Okay, the Nuggets should be making their pick very soon here at number 26. And the clock is done. They will make the pick shortly here. let's see who the Denver Nuggets. Can't even pronounce Denver. The Denver Nuggets will select. Let's see who they select. The commissioner, Adam Silver, will be coming out here soon. Nuggets already have the best player in the world, but they still have a lot of other stuff that they need to work on with the team. Maybe they'll get a backup center. I mean, like, they didn't utilize Jonas Valanciunas at all in the playoffs. They still had Jokic playing 40-plus minutes, and that's just not good. That's probably the reason they fired their coach, to be honest, because that stuff should not be happening. But maybe they will get like a good young backup center for the team. But these players might be in the G League starting out. Who knows? As you get lower, second-round picks will probably be in the G League starting out, or still might be playing a utility spot. But the 26th pick is in for the Denver Nuggets, and we will see what Adam Silver announces. Maybe Chris Sinak Jr., like I said, will get drafted. And here is, I'm still waiting. Still waiting. And we're still waiting. Okay, great. They zoomed in on the stage. I was thinking that Adam Silver was walking out, and they come back to the studio. There he is.
Now, for real, the pick is in. Let's go back to the podium.
With the 26th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Terrence Reed Jr. from the University of Connecticut.
Terrence Reed Jr.
Wow.
A first-team All-Big East selection. Rebounding really is.
Congratulations, Terrence Reed Jr.
In the first round, 31 points, 27.
Of UConn for being a member of the Denver Nuggets. So he could be a backup center option for Jokic. Because, like I said, Jokic cannot be playing the 40 minutes. That's just not good for the star. Similar situation with the Sixers, where you can't have Maxey and VJ constantly playing 40 minutes, even though they have more energy than Jokic has. They still can't be playing that much. They need a rest. So that they have a backup center option now for the Nuggets. And now at the 27th pick, the Celtics, who are another team that I hate. I really hate the Celtics, but, I'll applaud whoever gets drafted by them, but I won't root for them in the draft, obviously. Reported trade. Nuggets received the 35th pick and 2 future second-round picks. The Spurs received Terrence Reed Jr. Oh, so much for the Nuggets having a backup center option now. The Spurs have a backup center option now. Okay. The Nuggets get the 35th pick and 2 future seconds, and the Spurs get Terrence Reed Jr. I don't know if it's me or what. I feel like we've had a lot of picks being traded in this draft, like more than previous drafts. I think we've had a lot of picks being traded. I don't know if it just feels that way. I don't know if it's me or it's actually true that we've had more picks being traded than usual. I don't know. Celtics, yeah. How does that Game 7 loss feel? How does that feel, Boston? They're making their way to getting the 27th pick. I mean, they definitely need a good pick because losing in the first round is not good enough for a great team like Boston, who I predicted to be the champions this season, and they lose in the first round. That got me feeling as a Sixers fan that the Sixers would actually beat the Knicks as well and go on to the finals, but unfortunately it didn't happen like that. But the Celtics definitely need somebody, some depth, because the Celtics really just had a tough time. Maybe they'll make a trade. I did see today that it was reported that the Bucks did offer the Celtics did offer the Bucks Jaylen Brown for Giannis, and the Bucks declined. So interesting, but I did think the Bucks made the right decision in getting a well-rounded squad and getting a lot of people and a lot of picks in return. Celtics about to make their selection. Minute 10 to go. The first of the clock. We've been on for about just over 3 hours now on the live stream. The pick is in for the Boston Celtics. So let's see who is going to be taken. Chris Sinak Jr., a player that can be – I think he's dropped a lot. I think he should have been taken sooner. I think I picked him to be drafted like 10 picks ago. So at times you do start to feel bad for these players because, they're all looking forward to being drafted and – they're getting drafted way lower than they think, and they start to believe, oh, what if I don't get drafted? And that gets to be worrying. I do think the Celtics will not overthink too much about this. I don't think they can go wrong with anybody, really. Probably looking for a center.
With the 27th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Chris Sinak Jr. from the
Chris Sinak Jr. There we go.
Chris's coach at Houston, Kelvin Sampson, had high praise for the freshman pick. He said, quote,
There you go.
never had one bad ounce of body language. He's always one of the first ones in the gym and one of the last ones to leave. And wherever he's playing,
Chris Sinak Jr., forward for Houston, was waiting to be drafted, so congratulations to him. There you go, Chris. You were going to get drafted at some point. I did think he would be drafted sooner, like I said, but it's still amazing to get drafted to the NBA. Like, you're a part, like I said, you're a part of only around 300 people. 300 people in the world. There's 8 billion people in the world, and you're part of the 300 best players in the world in the NBA, and that is probably a great feeling. Chris Sinak Jr. may have gotten drafted in a lower spot than he thought he would, and probably would have liked to, but that doesn't matter. He's still drafted to an NBA team, and will be a backup option for the Celtics in the future, maybe. But there you go. Chris Sinak Jr., a great rebounder as well. Averaged nearly 8 rebounds a game last season for Houston. Really good. But now the Timberwolves are on the clock. Their pick will go to the Brooklyn Nets. We have 3 more picks left of the draft, and then we will wrap things up for tonight. We have had a fun time, I believe. This was a fun time. This was even longer than I thought because we've had a lot of delays for some reason in this draft. It says the pick is in, and next thing you know, you're waiting 10 minutes after the pick is already in for Adam Silver to make the announcement. Very strange. And I think you've had extra long commercials today. Like these commercials are like 5 minutes every commercial. But like I said, I could watch the draft all day. Timberwolves have 2 minutes left on the clock. They'll be making the pick soon. And this was the trade. Julius Randle, 2026 number 28 pick to the Nets. And the Timberwolves received Mahamadou Guy, 2026 number 33 pick. And the Bulls received Nick Claxton. So good trade for the Nets. Pretty good trade for the Bulls as well. And I don't know what the Timberwolves were doing. That was an awful trade in my opinion. Absolutely awful that trade was by the Timberwolves. But I think the Nets and the Bulls did pretty well. The Timberwolves stop a little longer, and then they'll make their selection. At 30 seconds to go.
Their salary over the last couple of years.
Okay, so this is something the Minnesota Timberwolves, it still feels like.
Pick
there's
is
a
in,
little bit of
the
tension.
Timberwolves.
Looking over at Sean's here because he seems like he's working away, and this feels like potentially a question for him, Bobby, but what's the most likely outcome?
Well, the most likely outcome is the Sumo's coming back. I think that they've got the non-taxman level exception here to go out and add a player here and still stay under the luxury tax. They need a backup big now because Nas is going to go to starting 4,
Right.
and now you're going to need a replacement here. So basically, by Randall coming off, everybody gets moved up the slot.
So let's keep the big in mind here. And again, as Lex said, Jay, this isn't necessarily that they're looking towards this pick to fill that slot to push them into the contention category, but who could they be looking at here?
Well, the best, sort of center on the board is Henry Bussar of North Carolina.
Yeah.
He'd be the next one up. But there's not a lot of choices right now for this pick. But Bussar would be the one. If that's the way you want to go, that's the way I think it would happen.
Who are you looking at, Drea?
Yeah, a couple of others if we're talking bigs. You mentioned Bessar. I'm looking at Koa Pete. I'm looking at Joshua Jefferson, very versatile out of Iowa State. So those are 2 others that I'll probably have my eye on.
So this pick on the way to Brooklyn as a part of this deal. So again, it's not this pick that is going to be helping them out there. So with Brooklyn, really, they're looking at best available as usual. Here's Jay's best. Let's see what Brooklyn says. as we go back to the commissioner at the podium.
With the 28th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Joshua Jefferson from Iowa State University.
This is always one of my favorite parts of the NBA draft. When a young man who decides, you know what, I wasn't
Welcome to the
invited
NBA,
the
Joshua
draft, but I
Jefferson.
still wanna come,
Did not expect
sit in the stands,
him to be
take a
drafted
chance,
in the first
and wait to
round.
get my moment when they have that. And Joshua Jefferson, the senior.
Did not expect him in the first round. Okay, so we have 2 more picks now to go. Joshua Jefferson making his way to NBA forward from Iowa State. We've been on for just over 3 hours and 15 minutes now. Oh, they had the Knicks 31st pick up. I was like, oh, they're doing the second round tonight. We have the 29th. We have a commercial right now. The Cavs are on the clock right now. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on this live stream if you enjoyed. We have been on. This is definitely my longest live stream I've ever done. But it's worth it. I had a fun time doing this with you guys. Definitely kind of a way for me, coming back from Seattle and start off with a bang, getting onto a big live stream of the NBA draft. This is a fun draft, and after the draft tonight, I will probably be thinking about going to bed. It is getting late, but it is summertime, so I don't have a school or anything like that tomorrow. But right now we are finishing up the draft. 29th pick, Cleveland Cavaliers. 1:06 to go on the clock for them, and then we will have the final pick of the draft. The pick is in for Cleveland, so we will be getting that pick when it comes back from commercial. Let me quickly check. What's going on in the World Cup right now. In the 60th minute between Colombia and DR Congo, it is 0-0 right now. And like I said, it's going to be a fun one tomorrow because we have 6 games there. the 29th pick of the draft made by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Pick is in. I did say the Cavs would select Alex Karaban, and that might be what they take. Who knows? Maybe they'll probably take Isaiah Evans. I mean, he's dropped a lot in this draft. We'll have to see what the future holds. Oh, we have a reported trade coming out. Another one. Wow. This pick by the Cavs will be traded to the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings will be traded to. That'd be good for the Kings, getting another first round pick to start up the rebuild here. Start up the rebuilding process. Trae Young made a post about AJ Dybantsa coming to the Wizards because AJ Dybantsa said that Trae better give up that number, the number 3, because AJ Dybantsa, that's his number. But the Cavs are making their selection.
To the Brooklyn Nets, the draft rights to Joshua Jefferson, the 28th pick. And with the 29th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Alex Karaban from the University of Connecticut.
You got it correctly.
Alex Karaban won 2 national championships with UConn.
I said Alex Karaban will be picked to the Cavs. That is what happened. So congratulations to Alex Karaban for being drafted in the first round, and we'll see what lucky player gets drafted for the final pick of this first round. The 30th pick. Final pick of the night. So the Mavs are on the clock right now, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 people in right now, and like I said, I understand that people are like starting to leave. I mean, it is getting really late. It's getting late. But blame the NBA that it's getting late. All the long commercials that they've had, all the delays for each pick. Like the picks are in for the Mavericks, but they have to wait like 10 minutes just to make the announcement of who the pick is. But the Mavericks, will they take it? They'll probably take Koa Pete, maybe Isaiah Evans, maybe Isaiah Evans actually, or Koa Pete. Or they go into like projected second round pick and take somebody from that list. Who knows? But the Mavs pick is in. So the pick is in for Dallas. So we've had a fun night. So Isaiah Evans, like the players that I thought, Isaiah Evans from Duke, Koa Pete from Arizona. Let's check with the commissioner.
With the 30th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Koa Pete from the University of Arizona. And that concludes the first round. The second round of the draft will begin tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Thank you and good night.
Well, not good night quite yet, Commissioner. We do want to give Koa Pete his flowers, his shine here after helping lead Arizona to a program record 36 wins.
So Koa Pete, the final pick in the first round. What a draft that was. That was a fun. Very happy with what my Sixers selected. The Wizards selecting AJ Dibanza first. I think this went well. There's a lot of great players in this draft that are going to be great players. And especially like the top 5 picks, Clippers, I obviously went with a hot take saying that it would take a Daimara as their 5th pick, but they went with the obvious, which was Keaton Wagler, which I expected that. But that will conclude the first round. Second round will begin tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. I will not be live for that one tomorrow, but I will try to watch as much as possible of that. This has been a really fun night for just about 3.5 hours. Longest live stream I've done on the channel ever. So it was a really fun one to do. Had a lot of fun reacting to each player getting drafted. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like this live stream if you guys enjoyed. It has been a great night. Thank you guys all so much for being here. We have 7 people on right now, and it's been a successful live stream. We had a lot of people on here today, so it's been a fun night. And thank you guys for being on here. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.